World of Kalki, we have episode 2. The prelude, I think it's called. No, it's called World of Kalki. So that's great. Again with Ashwin. Already reacted to the first one. You can check it out on the channel. But let's have a look here what we get to know about the world of Kalki now.
Kashi or Varanasi is said to be the first place was born. It was the idea of like, what if our story ended here?
All right.
The story is basically between these. So
I cut
Kashi
him
or
off.
Varanasi is said to be the first place where civilization was born in this world, like, by the banks of the river Ganga. That's written in a lot of our books and scriptures. It was the idea of like, what if our story ended here? Like, if that was the first city, like, what if this world
Interesting.
now has only one city left and everybody
That's interesting. So only one city in the whole world left. So that means the population has gone down. Maybe there are multiple people from different ethnicities living, in this city. Who knows? Not just Indians.
in the world and all the resources and all the major conflict now happens here in Kasi. So that was the setting for Kalki. And now we are in a world where the most life-giving river, the Ganga, is dry. And people
No
in
water.
Kasi are just living in just like a very brutal survival of the fittest sort of way. And above them towers the complex. Like maybe you guys have seen in the trailer or something, like this massive
Yep.
mega city sort of structure, like an inverted pyramid that is a kilometer into the sky.
Okay.
So that is the
I like these details.
complex which has essentially everything. It's like paradise. It has all the greenery, resources, water, food,
Nice.
animals, everything that is not there in the world before. It's almost like a microcosm of what the world used to be like. And now
Okay.
it's the story is mainly set up here. It's between these two worlds, the people who are in the complex who control those resources and the people who are below in Kasi who don't have access, and these
Okay.
people in Kasi only just
Oh, that looks nice.
have a dream to enter the complex. In a way, it becomes a cycle. So for you to do the work to earn money to get into the complex is like one trap that you end up working for the
It is like the whole cycle of life, right? But to get out of it, you need to attain nirvana.
complex, and you finish your
Moksha.
life before you can actually get in. So it's like one sort of a cycle, which is sort of something that happens today as well. Apart
Wow.
from these two worlds,
I like that.
there's also a third world which we call Shambhala.
Okay.
Shambhala is something that we hear in many cultures, like even in Tibetan culture, it's called Shangri-La, and every culture has a name which is a mystical land which is hidden from the world, and that's where
Okay.
some people say advanced beings, some people say the avatar, some people say many
Oh.
things, like how the name Shambhala itself is very connected to the myth of Kalki, to the legend of Kalki, because
Okay.
it's said that this is where the final avatar will come. That is the most powerful and that is the most familiar thing about the Kalki story. So these are our three worlds, and each of these
All right,
worlds
got it.
have a design or a thought process behind it. The complex people and the weapons and their vehicles are designed in a certain way because of what they have. People in Kasi are designed a certain way because of what they have. The world, there's money, which is units, and they
showing
are
it.
bounty hunters who need these units to get their job done or to finish their aspiration to want to go into the complex. And there's this third world, which is Shambhala, which is essentially the refuge. It's like a massive refugee camp in a way, like
Okay.
for all the religions and all the cultures
But how
that
do you
have
get
been
there?
hunted down in this world by the complex. So they all needed a place to hide. The people in Shambhala are part refugees, part rebels, part the resistance who are fighting the complex. So the story is
They fumbled up in the subtitle.
basically between these three worlds, and each of them are very unique in their own way, and how their paths cross and how the story goes forward.
That was actually a lot of information, and it kind of breaks this world down very well. We have three worlds, right? So it can be, Perlok and how do you call it? Like heaven, earth, and hell, right? Underground, over the head, and on the land. and maybe that's how it's divided, and now all three are coming together. But that's interesting. It gives you a lot of information, and you can now maybe kind of guess how the story will flow, from one to the other. It'd be interesting to see. But just thinking about how much thought they have put, like they have not just created one world. It's not just about creating Kashi, which is very post-apocalyptic dystopian world, but also a world which is very futuristic in a sense, but also full of resources and it's nature and all the prosperity there. And then there's one more which is like very mystical and all of that, it's Ambala. So much effort, so much thought has gone into planning all of that. And how they have taken okay, Kashi was the first city, what if we end this story also with Kashi only at the end? Reading through all the text, reading through all the mythology, and finding these things to put in your story and make your story flow through all of this, that is so interesting. And let's look at the behind the scenes. They're making the sets, they're so big, so much effort has gone into. Just I cannot wait to watch it on the big screen. Like I think I had a dream. I had a very bad or weird dream. Dreams are weird, right? But I had a dream. I went to watch this and I'm blown away. And 20-30 minutes into the film, something happened to the projector. So they told us to go to another theater, and I'm struggling to find the other theater and other screen. And I go there. I'm like, oh, they have already started. I don't want to miss it. Give me another show. Give me refund. Some craziness was happening. A lot of cameos were there. But weird dream that suddenly I realized I had. So looking forward to the film, really excited, and cannot wait to. And for me, I'm more excited not just about the film, but how it sets up the future and the other films and the shows and whatever. That's I'm more into, because how the world building will happen through different films. So very, very excited. There's an interview also. They had in Mumbai. I think Amitabh Bachchan, Prabhas, Deepika, and Kamal were there. So I reacted to it. You can check it out here. If it's not there, check out some other video. It will come soon, and I will see you next time. And let me know your thoughts in the comments.